9.1 FM.
Good day, welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Exactly 154 days since a motion seeking full liability coverage for oil spills was first presented to the National Assembly by Opposition Member of Parliament David Patterson, a 4-hour debate was finally allowed by the Speaker of the House, Manzoor Nadir, on Thursday evening, which ended in the motion being thrown out by the governing side. The former Minister of Public Infrastructure reasoned that there will also be additional threats of oil spills off Guyana's coasts, bringing his motion of liability coverage into focus. On the opposite side of the room, Minister Barrett said that the administration is aware of how devastating an oil spill can be. Hence, provisions have been made to ensure such an activity does not occur. Even if it does, he assured that the oil company has been required to import a capping stock to lay on standby in the event of such an occurrence. And once it receives the blessings of the Toronto Stock Exchange and the Government of Guyana, CGX Energy Inc. will officially transfer majority interest in the Kaieteur block to its joint venture partner, Frontera Energy Corporation, via an amended agreement. As part of the new deal, CGX explained that it will transfer 29.73% of its participating interest in the Kaieteur block to Frontera in exchange for Frontera funding the joint venture's costs associated with the Way 1 exploration well for up to $130 million and up to an additional $29 million of certain Kawa 1 exploration well, Way 1 pre-drill, and other costs. In other news, with the aim of developing local skills for the emerging oil sector, Bihari Group of Companies teamed up with Trinidadian-based Subsea Specialists Limited to launch a joint venture that provides the offshore industry with world-class subsea support services. Being the majority shareholder, Bihari Group together with Subsea Specialist formed Caribbean Subsea Specialist Inc., which describes itself as being one of the leading providers of technical subsea services, subsea equipment, and competency management to the Caribbean offshore market. In other news, Guyana's largest and most anticipated building exposition officially opened on Friday afternoon at the Providence National Stadium. Apart from the enamoring speeches, the ceremonial ribbon cutting, and the attractive fireworks that painted the sky to commemorate the expo, hundreds of Guyanese who paid keen attention to the president's feature address, especially those who will become first-time homeowners, will definitely be vying to collect free steel and a sling of cement to start building the foundation of their home. He further noted that every other category of home ownership, which includes young professionals and middle income, will also receive cement to build their foundation. And in other news, in determining whether their investment in Guyana would be positive, 6 international hotels, some of which have commenced developmental work here, conducted a major market study that resulted in the entities wanting to develop around 1,000 hotel rooms to cash in on the increase of business being conducted in the country. This is according to Go Invest CEO Dr. Peter Ramsarup, who said that 6 international hotels would be on display for Building Expo, which opened at the National Stadium yesterday. The 6 hotels are being constructed at around $40 million each, some costing a bit more. And in other news, a mother on Thursday broke down in tears as she expressed her dissatisfaction with the Director of Public Prosecution, Shalimar Ali Haq's decision to withdraw a murder charge against a suspect who was initially accused of killing her 19-year-old son on January 26th last at East La Penitence, Georgetown. The suspect, Sean Bob, had shared a relationship with the woman, identified only as Khadisha, and around 18 hours 30 on January 26th last, he attacked her with a knife, reportedly because she had not finished cooking. Her teenage son, Isaiah Edwards, had intervened to save her but ended up being stabbed as well. And in other news, the opposition side of the National Assembly on Thursday lost a motion seeking to have new public servants paid after 1 month of being employed with the state. It is customary that new public workers must wait 3 months before receiving a salary for work completed. In some cases, the House heard workers might wait as long as 6 months and, astonishingly, even a year before having their first salary. As such, Public Service Minister under the former Granger-led government, Tabitha Sarabo-Haley, brought the motion seeking to have the government pay the first salary to public servants in 1 month. And moving on. Lance Corporal Rickland Edmondson, who was stoned to his right eye with a brick by a canter driver during his arrest last week, will no longer be able to see from that eye. This is according to Commander for Regional Division 3, Assistant Commissioner Mahendra Sunarayan, who provided an update on the rank's condition yesterday. As reported, the incident reportedly took place around 18 hours 15 on July 16th in the Anna Catherine area located on the west coast of Demerara. And moving on, a General Secretary of the AFC and Opposition Member of Parliament, Shara Duncan, has flagged the worrying trend of infrequent meetings of the National Assembly over the last year. Duncan, during an AFC-held press conference on Friday, told media operatives that the National Assembly has only met 16 times over the last session. But during the corresponding period under the former APNU-AFC government, 26 sittings were convened. In addition, the MP pointed out that the biased nature of the Speaker, Manzoor Nadir, according to the MP, has resulted in a majority of opposition motions being thrown out. He said, and I quote, "The parliamentary opposition has a very hard time getting meaningful motions onto the debate floor." And that wraps things up for today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Your time is now 12 hours 7.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's Newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Did you sound? Heard you got a couple $1 million for me. Summer's gonna be crazy. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. Can't believe all this money for me. Money for me. I got to get the CASH. That's the code for the vault, so let's play. Top up with 1,000 and the next day you could be a millionaire. Did you sell?
More than 15 million to grab this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more to collect the letters to spell CASH.
For a chance to catch millions in the Digicel's cash vault.
Top up today.
Did you sell?
With the time now moving on to 12 hours 19, we introduce the page 7 of today's Kaieteur News. Dedicated to being blunt, it would seem as though the PPP has mastered the art of midnight madness. The opposition's motion on full insurance coverage for the oil sector was finally debated on Thursday. But instead of such a critical topic taking precedence on the agenda, it was only called up after 8 p.m. in the evening. The session ended in the wee hours of Friday morning. This move begs several questions. Is the PPP, through the designated Speaker of the National Assembly, deliberately calling such important matters when the parliamentarians are too tired to defend such matters of critical importance? And is it a strategy to avoid the citizens of this country from hearing the government defend ExxonMobil? The PPP must do better by its people. It has again failed to prove its loyalty to Guyanese by allowing ExxonMobil to call the shots where insurance coverage is concerned. We can only pray that a devastating oil spill does not befall our land. Are you a Kaieteur newspaper advertiser? Well then, we have great news for you. Kaieteur Radio presents a 50% discount on all radio advertisements only for a limited time. To advertise, contact us on 225-8465 or 226-7455 or email us at kaieteurradioads@gmail.com. You can even visit our office at 24 Saffron Street, Charlestown, Georgetown. Kaieteur